Babes,
Yes.
I'm curious about something.
Okay.
As you know, I'm a blind guy,
I am a blind girl.
but I have some vision.
Yeah.
And you would have thought that somebody would have told me this earlier, but it's possible they did and I just wasn't paying attention. I can look at a painting from Mozart or Van Gogh. And obviously I know that you can't do that.
Yep.
But what I'm wondering is, since they have Braille embossers that can do images, are there Braille books out there of portraits from Van Gogh or somebody like that?
I couldn't tell you. I did know someone in high school that knew how to make Braille pictures, which I don't know if she did this with an embosser. I think she said she did it with her own Brailler, which was really surprising to me because I'm not sure how you would do that.
That's impressive.
But I think she probably had help with an embosser, but I'm not in contact with this person, so I really couldn't tell you. That's a really good question because you would think that there might be something out there for blind people that can't see portraits at all or see anything at all, and there would be like a tactile version of a painting, but I don't know.
Well, there is tactile art.
Yes, there is.
What's your take on that? Have you experienced a lot of tactile art?
Kind of. I mean, when I was a kid and I used to do arts and crafts projects with my teachers or caregivers or whatever, right? That was a form of tactile art for me, but I remember one time when I went to this place in Hawaii called the Polynesian Cultural Center, and I told you about that a lot. And there was an exhibit for New Zealand, and I remember as a 7-year-old touching these carvings, and it was pretty cool. It was carvings on this wall. I like art that you're able to touch, and I think that's important. Like, well, here's an example of art that is tactile. Like, you ever worked with puffy paint?
I've heard of it. I've never actually worked with it, though.
Okay. Well, some people in the past have made shirts with puffy paint on it. They would write these letters in puffy paint on a shirt, and it would puff up like that for people like me that weren't able to see the design. It's really cool. It's really cool. And it's easy, from what I understand, it's easy to work with.
Yeah, that stuff is interesting to me because
it is, yeah.
I think in the blind community, sometimes, well, maybe I should say in the sighted community, sometimes the blind population is overlooked.
Yeah.
And there's many different reasons for that. Some of it is nefarious, but a lot of it is just people don't even think about it.
Right. And they wouldn't know how to go about it.
Also, if you're a blind person, you may not necessarily be thinking, well, how can I experience this great painting?
Right. I mean, I had books when I was a kid that had felt pieces and they had shapes in it. There were also, when I would do these listening exercises with my classmates, they would tell you on the tape to circle or make a color the circle or color the square. And we would know instantly that the squares were on these sheets, because most of us didn't have any vision at all. So yeah, I mean, I had resources to feel different shapes of things, and that was good, but never a tactile painting. I'll tell you a funny story. It was with a well-meaning sighted person. Okay, this person didn't know what to do, and I was 10 years old, and I went to summer school that year, and after school I would go to this YMCA, and I think it was my first day there. This lady was trying to make Braille dots, and she didn't, I mean, granted, she didn't understand how to do it. So what she did was she took I think she took a pen or a pencil, and she poked little things in a paper plate.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, oh boy, she really doesn't know. And I'm like, okay. I was 10 years old, so I didn't want to make this person feel bad. And I'm like, okay, whatever. well-meaning person, just not quite up to date on how it's really done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What responsibility, if any, let me just adjust you a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Am I too close?
You're very close to my ear. And you told me to move closer, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you move just a little to the right, maybe?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're in each other's spaces too much.
You're like, move closer, Bubs.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Before we started this, you did. You're like, move closer.
I don't remember saying that.
You literally said that right before I pressed record. But that's not
I actually didn't say that.
What did you say?
I think I said something like move over, but I don't remember saying move closer.
Oh, okay. So maybe I misinterpreted that.
No, I
didn't. So move over. Where was I supposed to move over?
I think I was trying. I think I may have been trying to say move over like a little bit away from me, but I'm not sure. I think that's what I meant, and I didn't make myself clear.
Okay.
But I did say move over.
Okay. Well, I would be forgiven for misinterpreting that last word, but
okay. I will. I may. I may this time.
I got up really early this morning. We can get into that.
No, I don't think so.
But before then, what responsibility, if any, do you think we have as blind adults to advocate for ourselves to experience more art?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure how to go about that because first off, we would have to know what resources are available, if any organizations actually make tactile art for blind people, whether they have low vision or not. I'm not sure. Maybe talk to people that work in museums. I really don't know how we would be able to do that.
Well, I think it's one of those questions that's an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would say we have no responsibility. Why do you need to experience paintings or go to a photo exhibit when there's so much unheard music out there from your ears, or so many books to read, or just so many other things that could take up your time?
Yeah.
I would make the argument that while that's good for a lot of people, for me, I think I would be better if I was a more balanced person.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that takes the form of being a regular at a museum and getting assistance from a docent so I can get some sense of the art. Because in a museum, I'm not going to stick my nose right up to a painting.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on the whole thing. Like, if I touch a painting, if not, it doesn't bother me. Although there are times where it would be very cool to have maybe even a clay model of it.
Yeah.
Because clay can be really useful in showing a person tactily what a thing looks like.
Were you ever interested in the idea of making clay statues?
No.
Okay.
No, not really. No.
I did one in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I told you that. It was a statue of like a lion's head.
Actually, I think you did tell me that. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
I wish I would have done more of that.
My sister had this really cool idea that never came to fruition. Because when I was going through cancer, she thought it would be an interesting idea to make a clay model of a tumor and showing me how big it was before and what it looks like now on the scan as it shrinks.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been interesting, but it never happened.
And I would imagine you could do that with other stuff besides clay. But
yeah. I mean,
clay's just like the thing that comes to our mind.
Yeah, I mean, pipe cleaners are really handy because they bend if you wanted to do a project with pipe cleaners. I remember one time my former high school science teacher, who was a really good teacher, actually, when I went to visit the blind school for the week that I was there, he made a model of a virus with pipe cleaners, and I forgot the other thing. It might have been a spool, like a spool with no thread.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was, but that's what a virus looked like, and I'm like, wow, it's not very big, not very big at all.
When I lived in Hawaii, in 2003, me and a buddy of mine were hanging around these teachers. I still remember their names, but I'm not going to say them here.
I know what they are.
Oh, I've told you about them before.
Yes.
Okay, and they had lived together. One of them had blonde hair. The other one was a redhead. And my friend ended up dating the redhead for a while. Mm-hmm. They were both really cool. I didn't date either of them. But the redhead, we actually did poetry for the redhead's class.
Oh,
and wow. I hate calling her the redhead because I knew her as a human, right? But this
right, is, that girl's class, that teacher's class.
Because he was a high school teacher.
Oh, really?
And the other one was taught, I think, first graders, but she was a music teacher.
Oh, cool.
And I was talking to
the blonde one.
Yeah, the blonde one. I was talking to the music teacher once, and I was asking her, "How did you get in to teaching music?" And she told the story, and I don't remember all the details about it, partially because, I was trying to, this was back in the day. Mm. And but she had told me that she had a teacher who was really inspirational to her. Mm-hmm. Not inspirational, like, oh, this is, a person with, with
a disability.
Yeah.
Not like that.
They have a tongue and they can play the piano. Really
Not
fast.
like cringe-worthy inspirational stuff.
No, right? But just like a good teacher. And she said that she felt that could make all the difference in the world to a student if they had one of those.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm wondering how many students went on to a career in medicine just based on what your teacher did, if any. Like maybe that inspired them to want to learn more about medicine.
Medicine?
Yeah. Because didn't you say that your teacher made use the art to do like a medicine representation?
No, it was a representation of a virus.
Yeah, but that's part of medicine.
No, I know, but he was teaching anatomy and physiology. Right,
but what I'm saying is, at least for me, if I think of a virus, I think of wanting to cure that virus.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's possible that he inspired some of the people to fly over to Wuhan and bless us with COVID-19.
Bless us with disgrace us, if more like it.
So you never know what can be inspired by a good teacher.
I really don't know anyone that went into the science field. I mean, I still wasn't interested in a lot of science even when I was taking his classes, but he made it enjoyable to learn from him, even though it wasn't my thing. Just like I had a math teacher that really enjoyed teaching math, even though I didn't like it. So I didn't mind, sitting under, learning under her because she really did. You know how you can tell that people love their jobs because of how they interact with their students. Like my 6th grade teacher, as I've told you before, I really liked her a lot. I would consider her my favorite teacher because she knew Braille and she knew about blindness and deafness, and my other teachers just had blind kids in the class. At least it seemed that way.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. Not that my other teachers weren't nice or fun or great or anything, but this particular teacher, she could be strict, but she always knew how to make a class really fun and creative, and she knew about blindness, so she understood what I was, what I had to deal with when I was learning when I was learning from her, and that's why I thrived in her class.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's not just that their students move on to do the same thing that their teachers are doing, but they really stop to think about how they view life afterwards.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. I wonder if your teacher who did the display of the virus, if he inspired anybody to want to become a doctor.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was just curious.
I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean?
I hope not.
But my music teacher inspired me to pursue it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my music teachers really inspired me to pursue it even more. Yes.
I don't really remember my music teachers that well. I didn't really have any.
You didn't have any?
No, in school. I think there was one at Sandy Elementary where I went for a while.
Yeah.
And she's the only one I kind of remember.
Wow.
There was no music teacher at MLC. Well, I didn't take a music class.
Oh.
But he was the leader. Oh, fuck, I said his name.
Bubs, you're going to have to edit that.
Damn it. Okay, let me look at the time. Okay, I'll make a note. That's like 15 minutes in. Was the marimba teacher.
You're in big trouble.
I'm just gonna put a bleep there or something. You know what? I'm so loose when talking to you. That's what it is, babes.
I make you feel that comfortable, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, I want to feel that I make people feel comfortable talking to me. Sometimes I think some people are way too comfortable talking to me.
Oh, that's another thing about being blind is people think that you're their free therapist.
Exactly. I feel that way too, as we talked about before. Like, there must be something about us that makes them feel like, oh, I can tell this person anything.
Here's an interesting conundrum. I was reading a book that I finished this morning because I got up super early for reasons we may or may not get into.
No, we better not.
One of the things it was talking about was having an active social life. And I was thinking, as a blind person, there's a few complications to that. No, I'm not a shut-in, but
I'm definitely not either.
I have noticed that there are complications in the sense that, one, you either have to walk or take the bus everywhere.
Yeah.
And so, like, let's say I was sighted and I had a friend who lived out in Gresham. I could just jump in my car and ride there.
And drive there, yep.
Yeah, and as a blind person, I have to think about, well, no, I have to catch the bus.
Or take the Max.
Or
walk.
And I'm probably not going to walk to Gresham. And so it's more time consuming. But also you run into a lot of weirdos along the way.
Absolutely.
Not all the time, but it does happen a significant portion of your journeys. And there's also, even if you don't run into weirdos, a lot of people have misconceptions about blindness.
Oh, yeah. They automatically think, for example, that if you're blind, you must be deaf.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, that happened to me anyway.
Yeah. And so because of this, it makes it to where you don't necessarily want to always deal with the outside world. So I'm putting this on other people, but I wish somebody would write a book that was honest about how to deal with the outside world if you're a person with a disability. Now, I know we have Kernel books.
Yes. But, and the ones that I've read were pretty good, actually. Yeah.
However, I would make the argument that the message is always, you just got to do good and go out there and strive no matter what. And that's a good overall message. But sometimes it can feel a little bit impersonal.
Well, and you have to think too that everybody's story is different. And that not everybody is going to deal with it as good as this person does, right?
Yeah.
Some people are going to have depression, anxiety. Some people end up taking medications for whatever reason. It's not pretty.
I've also noticed that a lot of these people in the disability movement, that's your mama.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
No.
Who are...
You always automatically think it's my mama.
Because she calls a lot.
Not that much, actually.
Okay. But a lot of these people who claim to be dynamos and are out and about all day, every day.
Yeah.
If you really talk to them, you get the sense that they're hiding something. And it could be they're hiding the fact that they're depressed. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're always out and about, is because they're afraid to face themselves. But for real, there is a balance there. So you shouldn't just be in quiet contemplation 24/7. Yeah. But you also shouldn't just be doing stuff nonstop either.
I mean, why can't people be honest in the blind community and say, hey, I need some help, and that's why I'm taking these classes? Or I'm having problems finding employment, for example, because it is not easy to do that.
Well, or even the stuff around mental health. I think that's just as important and valid. And I don't know, maybe there is a book out there like that.
Okay, so let's get back to the music thing because you steer us in a different direction.
Go ahead.
You said that somebody in your school had a marimba band or something, or a band.
Our janitor ran the marimba band.
That sounds really cool.
It was cool. I mean, I was there for 6 years because I went there from middle school to the end of high school. So at some point, it's kind of
I'm really surprised that there wasn't any music classes much.
I mean, you could take them as an elective, but you didn't have to. And at that time, I didn't play an instrument, so I really wasn't as focused on music.
Okay.
But marimba, I believe, was the only thing that was offered at MLC.
I'm really surprised because isn't that kind of like an artsy school, supposed to be an art school? Is. Okay. Because I always wondered, well, what would have happened if I went to a performing arts high school? I probably would have had a leg up on what I learned in college, but I think about it, I'm like, I had music throughout my formative years, from preschool to second grade to sixth grade to from seventh all the way to high school. So I had music all the time.
We should also say, babes, that I am pretty unobservant about things. And since I wasn't interested in music, it's possible that there were other music classes offered. Also, there's almost always somebody around the school playing a guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, there were some people at my high school that would play guitars in the hallway.
Yeah, in fact, I told you about that day where we were supposed to be volunteering at an organic farm. And it was like everybody who was in the high school was going out to volunteer. But we're waiting for some reason. And this is May of 1999. Okay. And one of the teachers who was there, I remember his name, but I'm not going to say it, gave me his guitar and he's like, hey, Rick, play around with this. And I was just fiddling around with his guitar for like an hour or two. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just, pulling strings and whatnot.
Literally.
Yeah. But he said to me, he's like, you should pick up the guitar. I think you'd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was music all throughout my life growing up. So I was never without it. And it was always around me. And I was just a music lover for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And when I was at the blind school, a good friend of mine would take a guitar. She would go to my room, and we would have a little bit of a jam session of our own.
Nice.
Me on flute, her on guitar. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. What?
Enjoying it.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, go ahead.
I do not talk like that.
Sorry, keep going, babes.
You see what I have to deal with, people?
Oh my goodness.
All the time.
Very smart, funny person.
I'm not talking about your good qualities.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the fact that I'm always at the butt of your jokes, rather.
Oh, we were in bed last night, babes, and we were getting ready to go to sleep, and you told me some story about the family, this organization. What was it called?
Oh, so they used to be called the Children of God, and I heard about this disturbing cult, and years later they changed it to the Family International, and it was started by David Berg.
Yeah, some dude named David Berg. And didn't you say that he liked to jerk off infants or something?
No. He wrote this book I can't remember what it's called, like this book for parents. It was really disgusting what the description was. And he would say that he would recommend that mothers should masturbate their baby boys to sleep.
Wow.
So really sick, disgusting stuff like that.
I thought it was both parents. And what happened was, because I'm dyslexic or I wasn't paying attention, and then we start talking about LL Cool J. And I want to say this. This was meant as a joke. I don't know if it's true. All that stuff. We're talking about LL. And I think you said, and we don't know if this is true, this is hearsay, that he was abused by his stepfather.
Yeah, that's what he said, yes.
And that's what we think LL said.
Yeah.
And my joke was, and his stepfather was David Berg. And it turned out LL liked it as an infant, and then... And that was clearly a joke, by the way.
Oh.
It was parody. It was not meant to be taken seriously. And the point of that joke, the point of that story was, one, I'm dyslexic, and two, it's a sign of the type of humor you can get if you date Rick.
I don't know if
You did laugh. You did laugh last night.
Well, I didn't know what else to do. I mean, it was either I mean, I didn't know what to do. It was just so bad. I had to laugh at it.
And then the other joke too. You were at, that I said when we'd either just finished dinner or we had put our chicken in the oven. We were talking about this guy you met at the DMV.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what his name is.
Yeah. And he claimed to be an empath, and he said that you're a very loving person. And I told you, there's an interesting fact about that guy you met, is he was separated from his brother at birth, and the brother grew up to be, to go to prison for date rape. And you're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And they met because the man you went at the DMV like a year earlier went to the prison to meet his brother, and he goes up to meet him and he says to his brother who's behind bars, "You seem like a very drugging person." And he did laugh at that.
I did.
Yeah.
That guy was just a weirdo. I can rag on him for a little bit.
Yeah, so my sense of humor goes all over the place.
I have no idea. And the weird thing is I never saw him again, never talked to him again. I tried to call him back, and there was a woman's voice on the answering or the voicemail message, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. This guy is weird. It's very strange.
What, didn't River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix, weren't they raised in some weird religious?
Yeah, they were raised I think they were raised in that, what is it? I think they were raised in the family.
Wow.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know, was it that? I have to look that up, Bubs.
It was something like that.
It was a cult for sure, but yeah. I cannot remember if it was the family or if it was, it might have been that. Oh. I just can't remember. Wow. I think Rose McGowan was raised in something like that too.
That's interesting to me. All artists are weird, so I guess it shouldn't be too surprising.
That's not true, Bubs.
Oh, okay, I'm sure it's not.
That is not true.
Okay.
There are some artists that are not as weird as others.
Yes, there's a spectrum with everything, but artists in general seem to be a little bit weirder than the general population.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't.
You're weirder than the general population.
Of course, I'm in the arts. But I can admit it. Okay.
There's weird and then there's just eccentric.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think all artists are necessarily eccentric.
Yeah.
Bubs,
we're not going near Bubs.
No.
We're not going near Bubs.
You're kind of eccentric.
Oh my goodness. Well, why don't we talk about why I got up so early?
No! No, Bubs.
Okay. We're not allowed to...
No.
Okay. This is an archive of our lives.
Not this one.
Okay.
But part of it. Mostly it is, but there are certain things that I think should remain private.
Okay. I would be willing to talk about it. Oh my goodness.
Well, I would not be willing to talk about it.
Do you want to plug your ears, or maybe just let me speak?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm your co-host.
Okay, but if I wanted to talk, all right. Okay.
No, that deserved a tickle, Bubs.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
I asked you. I didn't just bring it up.
No, but you wanted. You were very willing to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm open boy.
You're too open.
Open boy.
OB.
But I did finish. Excuse me, I'm burping a lot.
That's okay.
You're yawning.
Yes.
A book this morning called From Strength to Strength by Arthur C. Brooks.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of interesting. He's this Christian dude who is exploring the idea of what does success really mean in the second part of your life, right? Mm-hmm. And, he tells a story in the book, but it's very sanitized. He's on a plane, and there's a famous man behind him. He doesn't want to say his name, but he implies that it's some dude from the military. my mind goes to Colin Powell, even though he's dead now, but I don't think it is him, because the book came out earlier this year and he said that the guy is still alive. Okay. So it can't be him. Maybe it's like John Bolton or somebody. Yeah. Guy's a Christian. Maybe that's why he looked at him like a hero. But he said this guy is like considered like a hero. People love him wherever he goes.
It's not John Bolton then, because not everybody loves him wherever he goes.
Well, I certainly don't, but in the Christian community, he's very beloved.
Not really. I don't like John Bolton.
Oh, I thought you. Okay.
I think he's a traitor.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, you and I are on complete agreement then.
Yeah, I told you that.
Okay.
No, I mean, when I was learning about John Bolton, I thought, wow, this guy is this guy's a piece of work, but and not in a good way.
Oh, good, because I do know for real that a lot of conservative Christians are big fans of his.
No.
Okay, good.
Not everybody.
I said a lot, though.
I know.
Okay. But in any event, so this guy is like, I don't contribute anything to my society. I might as well end my life now. And the wife is trying to, say, people love you. You can still contribute in other ways. And the guy goes to get off the plane. The pilot comes out of the cockpit after they land, goes up to him and introduces himself and says, you inspired me to do what I do.
But he talks to Arthur Brooks about it.
No, the military guy.
Oh, the military guy. Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, well, if this guy feels like he's not contributing anything to society, then what does that say for the rest of us? Mm-hmm. It's an okay book. It feels a little too much like Outliers for older people. And I know like a lot of books to me kind of feel like they're in that Outliers mode where it's kind of like this quasi social science thing, but I enjoyed it.
What do you mean Outliers for older people?
Well, you know the basic premise of Outliers, right?
I never read it. Oh, remember, I did not read. That was by Malcolm Gladwell.
Yes.
No, I don't. I've never read a Malcolm Gladwell book, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
We have to read some Malcolm Gladwell books.
No, we don't. Do we? Was there a contract that I have to sign where I have to watch all these books and or read all these books and watch all these movies?
When you agreed to be my girlfriend, I gave you a contract. You really should have read the fine print, babes. One of them says you have to read a certain amount of Malcolm Gladwell books, and one of them has to be Outliers.
I did not sign a contract, by the way.
Despite what some of his recent comments,
yeah,
I still do like a lot of his books.
Okay, so explain Outliers.
Okay, Outliers, the basic premise is, do you know the 10,000 hour rule? Most people, it's pretty popular.
It sounds familiar, but refresh my memory.
I think it existed before him, but he popularized the concept. So the book came out, I want to say around 2010, at least that's when I read it. And he says that, and I'm breaking this down in very simple terms, right? He says that we'll often look at like an artist or artists like the Beatles or famous doctors or an executive like Steve Jobs, and we'll say to ourselves, they just came out of nowhere and became super successful. But what we don't look at is all the hours they spent becoming the person they were before we heard of them. Mm. And he goes into, you already know this because you read Tune In, mm-hmm. but he talks a lot about how the Beatles played Hamburg, Germany.
Yep. And it was a horrible experience.
It was a horrible experience, but the bottom line is they got tons of practice in together as a group.
Yep.
So he gives other examples, but I'm not going to give away the whole thing. But he says, if you want to become a master at something, while it's not guaranteed, and while there may be some exceptions to the rule, most people need at least 10,000 hours before they can master a skill. Mm. And there's more to it than that, but I want to leave that there before we read the book. Mm. I feel like a lot of books in social science that have come out since Outliers have kind of imitated it in a way. There's the obvious one of the talent code. And it's so obvious just because the author mentions Outliers many, many, many times throughout the book. And I'm not saying that these books are complete rip-offs, but it feels like a lot of them wouldn't exist had it not been for Outliers.
You think that he was the one who started that movement?
Well, he's the one who brought it into popular culture.
Okay.
And in the book I read this morning, it's not like he says you need 10,000 hours to master something, but it's sort of like popular science, popular social science, which to me kind of became a thing because of Malcolm Gladwell. Does that make any sense to you?
No. It doesn't.
You ask me questions if you want to.
So what would Malcolm Gladwell consider an outlier?
Well, for example, I don't want to give too much of the book away, but I think we might have talked about this recently. Let me give another example. Okay. I'll give one that he starts the book with. There is a town in, I want to say Pittsburgh. Now, remember, I read the book like 10 years ago. And in the 50s, they started to notice that people in this town started living a lot longer than other Americans. And they had less heart disease. So people, like doctors, went to study this town. And they couldn't figure out why, because their diet was really bad.
Really?
They ate a lot of oil.
Wow. Stuff with a lot of oil in it, right?
Stuff with a lot of oil in it. And they worked really hard, but they kept living longer. And their quality of life was at a higher level when they were older.
Huh.
And again, I read the book a long time ago. I believe what they surmised is people from this town, most of them immigrated from Italy. Where, yeah, they ate a lot of foods with oil in it, but they also hung out a lot. There was also the sense of community. So as a result of that, they were kind of outliers because they weren't dying at the same rate as their American counterparts, and their quality of life was maintained later in life.
And I heard that the generation in Italy, the culture in Italy is made up of a lot of older people.
Exactly.
It seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Outliers a lot, but I also really like What the Dog Saw is another good book of his. It's a compilation of articles he wrote for the New Yorker, or I guess an anthology is what you would call it. And David versus Goliath is really good too. What's that other book he wrote that I liked? Oh God, he's written so many books that I've enjoyed, so I like his stuff. Even if you don't, I do.
Is it a part of the contract?
Babe, you should have read it. It's only 500 pages long.
No, I did not sign a contract. That was a joke. I didn't say I didn't agree to be his girlfriend. And he said, okay, now sign on a dotted line here. Here.
Full name here. What is
What is yes?
Okay, I'll sign you. Jaylo.
What?
Oh, wait. And then 10 years later, it's like, Bob, I'm going to get around to reading it. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
Did you do the homework assignment?
Oh, no. I did not. That's something I need to do this weekend, actually, because I just thought about it, too, before you got here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I mean, if anything, it'll be a good chance for you to prove me wrong that Trump does not take money from the Saudis. And this is easily provable.
Oh, no. I'm gonna do it. There were so many other things on my mind, too.
Okay.
And it wasn't just finishing 11/22/63.
Yeah, and this is, by the way, this is blatant. It's out in the open, so it'll be very easy for you to check. I'm very confident that I will be proven right on this one.
No.
By the way.
But I've been hearing about Joe Biden's relationship with the Saudis, too, so.
I'm sure you have.
Yes, I have.
Right. But we do know that there's a history of Republican leaders having relationships with them. Well, we do. We do. We know about the Bush family and their relationship with the Saudis, and how a Saudi airplane was the only one allowed to fly around the U.S. during 9/11. Right? That's a known fact. We know that he was so close to like one of the Saudi princes that his nickname for him was Bandar Bush.
Oh, that's a little bit weird.
Yeah. Now, Trump isn't that close, but he does take a lot of money from the Saudis. But we can get back to that another time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, what do you think of the latest Trump controversy that even some conservatives?
You know what? I need to look that up because I'm not sure if I want to be caught up in this thing because I don't understand the whole NFT thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know where I stand on it. I have to look into this because I really don't know what it is about. All I know is that he has this like all I've heard was that he announced something about an NFT thing, but let me look into that because I need to look into that before I can make my own decision on it.
That's fair. Now let's badmouth Nancy Pelosi for a minute. Thank you. HBO, even though I love HBO.
Something that we can both absolutely agree on
is that I love HBO.
Is that we both don't like Nancy Pelosi.
And we hate Nancy Pelosi.
I never said hate, you did.
I do, and you do. That's part of your contract, babes. Yep, it says you have to hate Nancy Pelosi.
I never signed a contract. I was just kidding.
Oh, good.
Although sometimes I feel like I did sign a contract.
Very favorable to you, Bubs.
What?
It was very favorable to you, Bubs.
Oh my goodness.
So, I love HBO, as we just said, so much that I get the emails from HBO Max and I actually read them where it says, these are the new films coming out today. These are the shows you got to look out for because they're really good. Because I think for the most part, they have a very good track record with me. I like a lot of the stuff I've watched through the HBO Max app. Mm-hmm. And I know it's merging with Discovery. I mean, Discovery already bought them, but their apps are going to be merging sometime early next year.
That is really cool, though.
It's interesting because I do, even though for the most part I only watch Discovery Plus for the cooking shows, I really like them. So I'm excited about that.
Uh-huh.
Cautious optimism. I just hope they don't mess around with the TCM section too much. But
yeah.
In any event, earlier this week, I'm reading it, and they say, new documentary entitled Pelosi. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking to myself, who directed this thing? Is this like a Michael Moore thing? Is this that O'Keefe dude? The Project Veritas dude who makes some stuff up?
No.
Oh, babes. Let me talk.
Okay.
Veritas is very correct. Give me a kiss.
I think so.
I think so.
But I do not talk like that.
Sorry, babes.
My voice is a little bit better than that.
Thank you. Okay, so let me tell the story. So who does this thing? And then I keep reading, and it says, and I'm paraphrasing again because I paraphrase. It's like, get an intimate portrait of beloved leader Nancy Pelosi, a film directed by her daughter. And then I thought to myself, who is this for? Because conservatives hate Nancy Pelosi.
So do libs.
And exactly, so do libs. Like, on Secular Talk and TYT, they don't exactly sing Nancy Pelosi's praises every day. It's more like, what is he doing wrong?
Yeah.
So libs hate her, conservatives hate her. Who do they think is going to watch this documentary? And I actually figured it out. Mm-hmm. I think I did.
Okay.
It's not that HBO Max, and this is opinion. I don't think they financed this thing thinking that everybody is going to love it and watch it. Mm-hmm. And then you would ask, well, why would they put it in their emails? And why would it be, shown on their homepage? Mm-hmm. They know that this is a money-losing thing. Mm-hmm. But the reason they're doing it is to show Congress that they're on their side. Mm-hmm. So you give money to the daughter of a politician so that politician can make a fluff film about her mom.
Well, it's just like the Hillary...
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
And you do that so that the politicians know that you're not going to rock the boat too much. And they can play around with you, and that they can, sort of support you if a bill comes up that involves HBO or their parent company. And that's why I think this documentary was made. It wasn't to be watched, but it was so that the politicians know that you're on their side.
Well, it's almost like that Hillary documentary, remember?
No, I don't.
There was a Hillary documentary. I can't remember what streaming service it was on. It was either Netflix or Hulu, and it just bombed. It bombed, and I'm like, yeah, I knew it was going to bomb.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm offended more about. The new Nancy Pelosi documentary, or there's apparently a new Netflix series about, what's homeboy's name? Harry and Meghan?
Oh.
That Netflix is promoting heavily.
I personally think Nancy Pelosi is worse than that, Bubs. I really do. But say what you want about the royal family. I'm pretty neutral on them, but the fact that this woman is still in politics, she needs to get out of it.
Okay. Yes, she does. And yes, I'm not a fan of Nancy Pelosi. But I can say one thing for her that I can't say for Prince Harry. Nancy Pelosi, whether you like her or not, actually had to do some work to get ahead in life. Now, I believe she was born rich, but she still had to do something to make it in life. Where this guy was just born into privilege.
Yeah, but you're assuming, and you do a lot of assuming, by the way. I noticed that, a lot of assuming.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You're assuming that, and I don't know about how Prince Harry, I know that William was in the British military at one time before he became, before him and Kate became the Duke and Duchess of, I think it's the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, I think, or was it?
I don't know. I'm the wrong person.
Anyway, so I don't know. I mean, I would like to assume that both of them they weren't just born into privilege, but they also worked to become successful. I'm not sure about Harry because before Queen Elizabeth died, she relieved him of his duties as being a prince in his position as prince, because he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave with his wife and family and move to the U.S. So I don't know. I it's possible that you're right, but at the same time, I don't want to make assumptions and think that I'm right.
But when they talk about, especially these days, of a royal family member serving in the military, they're not going to put them on the front lines of a war. They're just not. They're going to give them a safe job that's like an office clerk for the military. And hey, more power to them. I take that deal too. But let's say it for what it is. And people always make it sound like, oh, it was this huge sacrifice for Harry to give up the throne. Was it?
But I'm playing the devil's advocate, Bub.
Right.
I'm saying, well, what if that wasn't true? You're over here just assuming that every rich kid that's born into royalty is using the excuse of affluenza to not do anything.
Okay. Do you think they would be doing a documentary on Harry if he wasn't a member of the royal family? On Netflix?
Probably not, but at the same time, I don't keep up with the royal family so much. So I really don't know. And I don't keep up with what's going on with his wife either.
Right, but what I'm saying is Nancy Pelosi, whether you like her or not, and I definitely run in the camp of I don't like her, she at least had to do some work to get ahead. And I know that she was, again, I believe she was born to a rich family, but it wasn't the same version of wealth that the royal family
and she's
had.
also Gavin Newsom's aunt, so that's another thing.
Okay, well, yeah, but it's not the same level of privilege that Harry was born to. She had to do some work. Whether you like her or not, at some point in her life, I don't know about now, she had to work very hard. And so at least she did something.
Yeah, but
I don't get that sense from Harry.
Yeah, but like I said, you've made a lot of assumptions and we don't know for sure. And I'm playing devil's advocate, giving Harry the benefit of the doubt. I honestly think I don't know that it was a good idea for him and his wife to move from England because she married into the royal family. I don't know that was a good idea for him, but he made his choice. Now, I'd like to think that he worked to get, even though he was born into privilege, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and again, me saying this is not an endorsement, but I would be more interested.
Definitely not an endorsement.
Yeah, if I had to gun to my head, I would watch the Nancy Pelosi thing before I would watch the Harry thing on Netflix. The Harry thing on Netflix.
Oh my God.
But you know what I mean.
It's Harry, not right. Hairy.
Yes. Just because I think, as much as I don't like her, she's done more with her life than he has. And you could argue, well, she didn't do anything good with her life, bro. I'm not saying that, but she has done more with her life than he has.
And you know this how?
It's just because she's had a job.
Well, just like I said, Bubs. I mean, you're making a general statement about this person.
Yeah, but it's based on the little information I have.
Yeah, but little information. That's exactly the key
right, but
word.
It's the information I have.
Little information.
It's the information I have. She's done more with her life than he has. She's actually had to work hard. Now, we could, again, you could say, yeah, she's worked hard at screwing the American people. Well, yeah, but his family screwed the British people, and he didn't have to work hard to get the benefits of that. She at least had to work hard to screw them.
How do you know they did wrong for the British people? How would you know that? You don't even keep track of the royal family, so how would you know that?
I'm making assumptions, basically.
See, exactly. You're making assumptions.
Well, babes,
so that doesn't mean that you're correct about this. I'm just saying.
How many houses do you think we could pass?
I just want to see if you're awake, folks.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on here. Are you snoring again?
Hey! That is not... I really deserve that. Hey! Bums, you say sorry.
Sorry, babe.
You said sorry.
I did.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Okay, take out truth.
All right, we got to kiss.
No.
Oh, then there's no truth. Oh, we kiss. All right, give me a kiss. What? I love you, babes.
I'll get you later.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you can get me a snack. We got to get into the ships a little bit, babes. Not too much before dinner.
Okay.
But anyway, so
we'll see if you're a good boy.
Oh, I am. But that's what's going on with your girl Nancy and your guy Harry. Wouldn't it be funny, babes, if they both left each other's spouses for each other, and then...
I doubt that Harry would go for an old bag like Nancy.
I highly doubt that too.
No,
because she's like half her brain is half dust at this point.
Yeah, it's going. I think it may be going down the path of dementia.
Well, I mean that's one rumor I've heard on lefty media is that she has like early dementia.
Oh, a lot of people have been saying it. It isn't just leftist media.
Nice.
But a lot of people on both sides are like, yeah, I think she might be. I think she might be close to getting dementia.
Oh.
But you said Dianne Feinstein has dementia.
That's the rumor I keep hearing, and I have heard that it's like really, really bad.
Oh my.
But again, this is what I've heard. I don't know this to be true, so. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, because after the hearings on, who was that last Supreme Court judge, the one that Trump snuck in at the very end after Ruth
Bader Ginsburg?
Yeah.
It wasn't Gorsuch. He came after. He came before that,
yeah.
And
it wasn't Kavanaugh.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, that's the one.
Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah.
They said on TYT that after the hearings, to confirm Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah.
Your girl Dianne Feinstein. She's
not my girl.
Your girl Dianne Feinstein.
She's not my girl.
Okay. She went up to hug Lindsey Graham and said that these were the most fair Supreme Court hearings she had ever. Or
yeah,
Supreme
but she
Court
was also
confirmations she had ever seen.
Which is even funnier because she was the one that was grilling Amy Coney Barrett, and she wasn't very nice to her at all. And I think it's really interesting that she would hug Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
And that was a sign that she was having dementia?
Yeah. Because I don't know. But, I mean, to me, it's a sign that she's bought out by big corporations. But, you know. Yeah, no. Amy Coney Barrett had never been confirmed. What? Babes? What?
You awake now?
Hey, are you awake? Hey, are you awake?
I am awake.
Oh, give me a kiss, or there's no tickle truce. Oh my goodness.
I almost ate his nose.
Well, good.
But we gotta talk about we gotta segue into dinner because I thought it was really good.
Yeah, enough about these politicians.
Enough of that.
What are you doing? We made the puff pastry recipe.
It was so good, Bubs.
That Jaylo Oliver sold.
It was really good. They kind of reminded me, the finished product kind of reminded me of these little rolls.
I could see that.
Super good. We put some parsley with stems.
Because that's what Jaylo said. Jaylo.
And we cut up, I cut up some baby bella mushrooms.
Yep.
And we cooked those down and then stuffed the chicken with that really good mushroom parsley mixture. Put some blue cheese in there. Put them in the oven for 35 minutes at, was it 292 degrees?
No, it's 400.
400 degrees about?
Yeah.
And they were really good. I mean, they were super good. And then on the side, I had some extra frozen lumpia there, which is basically Filipino egg rolls, but yummier, I think.
Yeah. We ate those?
We ate those with the sweet onion sauce.
Yes. It was
super good.
Good stuff. I didn't cut like a hole in the chicken breast because they weren't shaped the way that Jaylo had his shape.
Jaylo. But it was good.
Yes. And Jamie had the Jamie tart da 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 da. And then Jamie from Ted Lasso had the theme song. Jamie.
No, he didn't.
Jamie from
No, he did have that theme song, but it wasn't on the Jamie Oliver show.
I know.
Jaylo.
Refresh my memory, babes.
Yes.
How does Roy Kent's theme song?
No, I'm not going to sing it, Bubs. And I think our viewers know.
Okay. Because I'm like Nancy Pelosi over here. I have to mention. And it's early onset.
No, you're not early onset.
Oh, good.
And you're not slurring your words.
Thank you.
Bubs, you're just ornery today.
No.
Yes, you are.
I didn't get enough sleep.
Ornery today.
I didn't get enough sleep. No, I love you, babes. Give me a kiss.
No.
No, it's time to kiss the good boy.
I don't want to. I just kissed you away.
Too bad. It's a new contract. Now give me a kiss.
It's not what, I didn't sign a contract.
All right, give me a kiss.
What contract? Where is it?
The contract you signed.
Which one?
It's at my lawyer's office.
What's the name of it?
It's called the girlfriend contract.
Well, you said that you would probably be someone that would challenge me, and believe me, you challenge me quite a bit.
Oh, good.
And sometimes not in a good way.
Yes. I challenge you mentally?
Possibly, yes.
So that means that you're...
What?
That means that you're mentally challenged.
No.
All right, that was a joke, babes. Babes, that was a joke. Okay, let's move on.
Bubs.
All right. I'm sorry about that.
You're not scoring points.
All right, I'm sorry, babes. That was. I'm sorry. I apologize. Babes? Don't rip my shirt apart.
I'm not gonna rip your shirt apart.
Oh my goodness, this is an older one though.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I was just gonna do something with
No. Don't break the zipper.
I'm not gonna break the zipper.
Okay, good. Babes.
Yes.
I got this. I got this dumpster diving in like 2010 or 2011.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways.
Okay, I wasn't gonna hurt it.
Okay, good. The meal was really good.
It was delicious.
Yes.
And your friend liked it.
Yeah, he did, and so did his mama.
It's very good.
Yes.
I love the flavors in that puff pastry.
That's really good.
So good.
I think we're gonna make that again at some point in the future.
Definitely. And then we were talking about redoing the Tuscan creamy Tuscan chicken recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Super good.
Yes.
I love those sun-dried tomatoes.
Really good stuff.
Yes. It's delicious.
And then Jaylo.
Yep.
I had read a book called The Disaster Artist around the time we started dating, maybe 6 months after. It was really, really good. I watched the movie, and now you have seen the film.
Yes.
Starring
James and Dave Franco.
About a man named Tommy Wiseau.
Wiseau. Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about this?
I will talk about that. This was a very strange movie. In the beginning, you see Greg, I think his last name is Sestero.
Yes.
Greg Sestero.
Who wrote the book.
In this acting class, and he's really bad. He's very, very shy, and you can tell that he's nervous. And the acting teacher's just fed up. It's like, okay, really, Greg? You've been to this class for how long? And you haven't gotten anything. You haven't learned anything, pretty much. And then Tommy Wiseau walks into the class, and he does this dramatic adaptation of A Streetcar Named Desire when Marlon Brando's yelling, Stella! And she's looking at him like, okay. Thank you for that. So Greg finds Tommy and asks him if they can do a scene together. Correct?
Yes.
And they end up going to this restaurant and start rehearsing lines from the scene. And Tommy's like, who cares? Don't think about these people. Who cares? Trying to get Greg out of his shell, which I think he did a pretty good job at doing that, even though it was very unorthodox.
Yes.
And we noticed right away that Tommy Wiseau has this weird, thick
Eastern European accent,
kind of like a Russian accent.
But he claims to be from New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a guy from New Orleans. Where? New Orleans. What? No one can understand. Like, I couldn't understand what you're saying. And in all intents and purposes, you probably would think that he might have had some kind of mental delay.
Yeah, something's off there.
Something's off. So, he was trying to get an agent, and he really messes up with this agent at a restaurant. And he basically says...
I think that guy's a movie producer, actually.
A producer, I'm sorry. And he basically says, you know what? You're not good for this acting thing. And I'm not saying that it may not ever happen for you. I'm saying that it will never happen for you in a million years.
It's like, what about after that?
What about after that? Oh. And he just doesn't get it. And he's feeling very discouraged. And he decides, okay, well, I'm going to write a script. And meanwhile, Greg is trying to make it for himself in the acting business. He meets this girl at this club named Amber, in the movie he does anyway, who's played by Alison Brie. Yep. And so their relationship is going pretty well for the most part. And he decides that he is going to move in with her. And Tommy writes a script for a movie he wants to do called The Room. He also stars Greg in it, and Greg is playing Mark, one of the main characters. Tommy is Johnny.
Yes.
And they're going through the auditions, and they're going through the set, and nobody really understands where this movie is going. And I don't even think Tommy understands where the movie's going.
There's rumors online that the reason he made this movie was to funnel drug money and laundry it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Funnel drug money?
Yeah, to laundry it into something else. I don't know if that's true, but somehow he got the money to make this movie. And it's really bad.
And meanwhile, Greg and Amber break up in the midst of all this, and she moves to Austin. There's no reason why. It's not said.
Well, I mean, you can kind of get why.
Because he's not successful?
And he's doing stuff like turning down an opportunity to guest star
that's right.
on Malcolm in the Middle in order to help Tommy with this horrible movie.
But he also decided, yeah, that's right, yeah.
They go to the premiere.
Yes, they go to the premiere, and they don't know what to expect. And, because Tommy put up a bunch of flyers.
Yep.
At the weirdest locations, like it's like these huge billboards.
Yep.
And
theater's pretty much packed. Yep. The movie starts, and at some point, people just start laughing during the movie. Tommy runs out of the theater.
And they think that they're laughing at him, and Greg's like, no, just think about it. You did this all by yourself. Mm-hmm. No help at all. And you made it. And so Greg finally convinces him to go into the theater. They're sitting together. They see like this. This is about the part where it starts to get really funny when he is about ready to kill himself.
In the movie. And
everybody is just like
cheering him on.
Uproariously laughing because they think, oh, is this a joke or is this for real? And he gets a standing ovation when he gets back into the theater.
That's basically the end of the movie?
Yep.
I like the book better, but the film is really good.
Yes, it is.
And I'm curious. Mm-hmm. Does the movie make you want to read the book?
I don't know. Possibly. But you're probably laughing throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the book's very funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Then we watched some videos. We watched some clips of The Room online on YouTube.
That was pretty funny.
Then we watched that dude Simon, who I really like, talk about Tommy Wiseau. Wiseau. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. And he found out, I think they found out later that his family's last name was actually Wiseau.
That was an assumption.
An assumption that it might be Wiseau instead of Wiseau.
I've never seen The Room from beginning to end. Uh-huh. I think it's one of those things I'd like to be stoned if I ever watched it.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any desire to watch the movie?
I don't know. That's probably something like if I didn't know what to do, I'd put it on and laugh.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. I did not touch that woman. No, I didn't. Oh, hi, Mark.
And he's like, hi, can I help you? Oh, hi, I'd like to get a dozen roses. And he goes, hi, doggy. He's like, here you go. That would be $18.
Yes.
Here you go. Thank you. And he says hi to the doggy. He's like, you're my favorite customer.
Interesting clips there, Jaylo.
It's so bad that you have to laugh at it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And you don't really know where it's going.
Yeah.
You really don't. And then they're trying to make assumptions like, do you think this could be autobiographical? Like,
yeah, they talked about that in the movie The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me wishes I had a friend like Tommy, and I've had small parts in independent films, nothing memorable.
Yeah.
But part of me wish I had a friend like Tommy who would like make me co-star in his film, even if it's really bad, just so I could say that I did it.
Yeah.
And part of me thinks that must have been insanely difficult for Greg.
Yeah, because he didn't know. I mean, because Greg knew that there was something off about Tommy, but it wasn't so off that he had to, be afraid of him or anything. It was off to where, like, I don't know where this, because Tommy did say at one time, this is my planet.
Yeah.
You guys are on my planet.
Yeah.
I live on a different planet. And it could very well be that there was something wrong with his brain. Who knows?
Or it could very well be that he just looks at life very differently because he had the money to do all this.
Yep. He drove nice cars.
I think he still does because he's still alive and pretty active.
Yeah. He drives nice cars. And even Greg's mom was like, he drives a Mercedes? Yep. Why is he driving a Mercedes? And he spends a lot of money on elaborate movie sets instead of actually going on location, which probably would have been cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you give this film on a scale from 1 to 10?
I would at least give it like a 7.5.
Would you recommend this film to your family? And if so, what would you say?
This artist is insane, but you can't, you got to give him credit for doing something on his own that he never thought he would be able to do.
Yeah.
And it was really on his own. But, What I thought was really funny about Simon's video was that I think James Franco said, "Yeah, this was up in California for like 6 years. The billboard was 5 years,
yeah,
and it was the creepiest thing ever."
Yeah.
So they saw it around town.
Yeah.
I wonder what the real Tommy Wiseau thinks about this.
Well, I know all roads go back to Howard Stern. But he went with James Franco to the Howard Stern show to promote the movie The Disaster.
Tommy Wiseau did?
Yes, he did.
Really?
They brought him in the studio. It was only for a couple minutes. And as much as I'm a big Howard fan, he didn't really know the backstory of the movie, so he just kind of said hi to him. But if you ever listen to that interview, he's there in the studio very briefly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think on some level he must enjoy it.
And what did James Franco say about the movie? Because obviously James Franco was not in the Tommy character.
He was. He played Tommy in the movie.
No. What I mean was during the Howard Stern interview.
I mean, he was promoting the film. He was proud of it. I think he's one of the producers of the movie.
Tommy Wiseau?
No, James Franco. He said, what did James Franco think of the movie?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this just came out like this year, right?
No, the movie came out in like 2017.
Okay. Yeah. So about 5 years ago, not that long ago.
Yes.
Interesting
stuff, babes.
Yes.
Well, babes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
No.
Good. We watched a film about the end of the Cold War last night.
And I think you should analyze it because I was kind of tired during the movie, so
It was about the end of America's conflict with Russia. Mm-hmm. And it is a movie called Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Which is weird because now we have another conflict with Russia. But, I mean, it's really about Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan. Even though, I don't like Ronald Reagan. That is what this film is about. But it's not about it. It's about the Klingons and Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Okay. The movie is called Star Trek VI, like I just said. Mm-hmm. It starts off, Sulu is now the captain of the Excelsior. Mm-hmm. And there's an explosion out in space. What they find out is the big moon around the Klingon home planet has exploded. Mm-hmm. A couple months go by. Spock debriefs the crew of the Enterprise, and they're supposed to retire in a couple months. And he basically says, Captain, you have been selected to help negotiate a peace treaty between the Federation and the Klingons. Captain is pissed that Spock got him into this. He is not happy because the Klingons, they killed his boy. Mm-hmm. Klingon bastards. They killed my boy.
Oh my goodness.
That's said in Star Trek.
Go on.
On the bridge of the Enterprise right before they blew it up.
Go on.
Klingon bastards. They killed my son. All right.
Ow.
What?
Go on with the movie.
All right.
Ow, and you scratched me.
Oh, you attacked me. And that's not in your contract.
Good week.
Well, that's not in your contract, babes. Anyways. He does it, though, because he's the captain. This is the last mission. They have a dinner. And we find out that you cannot appreciate Shakespeare unless you've read it in the original Klingon. And Kim Cattrall is in this movie. She's basically a lieutenant on the Enterprise who is a Vulcan who Spock sponsored when she entered the Academy, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So she's keeping a close eye on this girl for a minute. Some stuff happens. The Enterprise fires on the Klingon ship. They don't know how. Mm-hmm. Captain and the doctor beam over to try to help. They can't. They're arrested. They go into a prison. They suspect that somebody on the crew did something to sabotage the ship. They rescue the captain and the doctor. Mm-hmm. And they realize that it was an inside job that your girl, Kim Cattrall, helped out with. Mm-hmm. There's a great scene where Spock forces a mind meld on her. Mm-hmm. It's super like powerful, that scene.
Oh, because her face starts to distort.
Well, no, because he's like forcing the knowledge out of her. Which is very interesting in a lot of different ways.
Spock is?
Yeah, because it's kind of how like we force knowledge out of prisoners in a way.
Right. That was a crazy scene too, because her face starts to distort.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It's more like the symbolism of it.
Okay.
They find out that the Klingons are gonna, or this rogue group is gonna try to assassinate the president of the Federation, go and save everybody, and then they retire. That's basically the movie.
Interesting.
What do you... I said it, but it is obviously, it's about the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
And Captain Kirk, in a sense, is Ronald Reagan in this movie.
Oh my goodness.
Even though I don't like Ronald Reagan, and I love Captain Kirk, that's what he is. He's Ronald Reagan, and he's trying to get peace from Gorbachev.
Why don't we just...
What?
Well, I just pretty much think of him as just Captain Kirk.
Okay.
And not
you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Because Ronald Reagan, near the end of his political career, he was trying to get the wall to come down. It's interesting what this film teaches us about life, right? And about, there's the aspect of the Cold War, but then there's the aspect of getting older,
mm-hmm.
having to retire soon.
Uh-huh.
How do you choose to serve out your last months? What do you think this movie teaches us about our own lives?
That there are things that have to come to an end eventually.
Mm.
Whether it's our youth, whether it's a job, and there's a time where you have to accept it and you can't fight it. I would think.
This is not my favorite Star Trek film.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the most philosophical of the Star Trek movies, unless the original 6 films.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Mm.
This is the first one I watched in this series anyway.
Well, you've seen the Wrath of Khan. You've seen.
Okay. You're right. I have seen the trilogy. I really don't have an opinion on this.
Oh.
Because I haven't watched enough of these movies to really get a good grasp on it.
Okay.
So I'm not really a Star Trek person, so I don't know.
I think Wrath of Khan in philosophy comes closest to this one. Mm-hmm. And that's also because Nick Meyer directed both of these films.
Mm. Nick Meyer?
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
What?
No, it's funny because you talk as if you know the guy.
I know, and it's almost...
Nick, yeah, because Nick directed it.
Nicky Meyer.
Little Nicky Meyer.
Little Nicky Meyer.
Just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
And he calls himself, in the credits, it's Nicholas Meyer.
Yes, it is.
Not Nicky.
I know.
Yes, Stan Kubrick.
Did you learn anything about yourself while watching this movie?
No, not really.
Mm.
Maybe part of it was because I was tired and I wasn't really thinking about that. So no, I haven't. Have you?
I think as I get older, I view this film differently. As a kid, I liked it, but it didn't go that deep.
Mm-hmm.
But now I see it as, this is Kirk coming to terms with his age. This is Kirk coming to terms with his prejudice as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Kirk coming to terms about what does it mean to be a friend older in life. Because he has to accept Spock for what Spock did in getting him into this mess, too.
Mm.
And so in some ways you could say that's a rehashing of Star Trek 3, because he was also coming to terms with what does it mean to be a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a rehashing of Star Trek The Wrath of Khan, because what does it mean to get older in that sense, too? Because that film dealt with it. In a way, this is Star Trek's greatest hits.
Mm.
Right? Because you got the Klingons,
mm-hmm.
you've got coming to terms with things, you had the theme of friendship. And in a way, it should be its greatest hits, because this is the last piece of art featuring all of the original cast members.
Right.
Because only a couple of them were in Generations.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was only William Shatner, Walter Koenig, and James Doohan from the original cast.
Oh, interesting.
There was talk that Leonard Nimoy was going to direct, but he passed on directing Generations. I wish he would have directed it. I think it would have been better.
When did Leonard Nimoy die again?
2015.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was it was earlier than that?
No.
Okay.
Yes. I think this film says a lot about life. This is not the first time I've seen it, obviously.
No.
But this is not the first time I've seen it since the start of the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I revisit this film once in a while.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. But it doesn't sound like you will.
I don't know.
What would you give it on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'd say I gave it maybe the same grade as I gave The Disaster Artist.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, if I was awake a little bit, I thought I probably would understand it more, but I liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, babes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did you know that René Auberjonois shot a scene for this film that was cut out?
Really?
And this was before he was cast as Odo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What scene was it?
I don't know. It was cut out of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think he was supposed to play like an admiral in it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And we got, I think Brock Peters is in it, and so is Michael Dorn. So it has like these weird connections to DS9 and the Next Generation.
Yeah, you're right, because you told me that Brock Peters was Ben Sisko's dad in DS9.
Yep. And he played Admiral Cartwright in this one.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
At least that's the way I remember it. And we also have Chris Plummer in this film.
That's right, Christopher.
Little Chrissy Plummer.
Christopher Plummer.
Who was, I mean, it's interesting because Bob Weiss, who did Star Trek The Motion Picture, the first of the Star Trek movies with the original cast, directed The Sound of Music. And now we have Chris Plummer wrapping up the franchise. Mm. And Chris Plummer was friends with William Shatner since the 50s because they used to do plays together in Canada. So they were like old friends by the time they made this movie. Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Wow.
Yes. Will you recommend this film to your family?
Yes.
Nice.
I think there's some people in my family that would like Star Trek stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, it's not really about these characters. It is, but it is and it isn't. It's about that, but it's also about the end of the Cold War. Mm. This is really the statement on the Cold War and a statement on age.
Yeah.
Yes. But it sounds like you need a snack.
Possibly.
So maybe we should wrap it up.
Yes.
So give me a kiss. Hi, babes. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, but I might need a nap too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.